Greetings, community, and welcome to Entropy and Comics and another edition of this week's signed books. And this week, it was actually a whole lot of signed books. What I ended up doing is going to two events essentially. One event was held at Golden Apple. This was when was this? Figures. The only thing that figures too. All right. I really didn't prepare myself. I just kind of decided that I haven't got to do what I wanted to do this whole time for such a long time in the sense of doing a show. So I am doing a show, but I'm ill prepared, and I can't. Oh, there you are. Let's see if we can find them. I'm getting close. I am so much almost. Did I get him to sign all that? I sure did. Like I said, I'm not totally prepared, but I'm almost there, people. I swear I am almost. I'm there. I truly believe that if I put that there and put that there, and because it's like this and like that and like this, and I'm getting it together. I swear I'm okay. Yeah. All right. Now, I went to an event. You can't stay? Oh, well, I appreciate you hanging out with me for the moment. That was you kind. Las Cruces, you're awesome. I appreciate you. You probably, I just realized I am tilted, ain't I? That's a little, maybe better? I can't even tell anymore. Okay. So I went to two events. One event was held at Golden Apple. I'll show that in which that I got signed. First, I would normally show you some pictures and things like that I got. The thumbnail is the picture that I took with my son and my daughter with David Mack and Taboo of the Black Eyed Peas. They were at a signing event, which was at Golden Apple, and that was on 11/5/2025. It's the first one that I got to take an event, my daughter to in quite some time. So it was a whole lot of fun. Now, let's start off with two little promo things that Taboo threw at us. I haven't got to see Taboo in well over, like, I think it was 2 years. I'm using my phone. My computer died, so I got these. Actually, they were given to Kai and Khalees. I just took them from right now to show. And I will now show the books in which that I got signed there. So, what was it, a week prior, the Ultimate Hawkeye got released, so I ended up getting a couple of those. Taboo has a rather interesting signature. It's always changing, always kind of ebb and flowing, depending on how he's feeling. It will dictate exactly how he signs it. So that one was. This is normally how he signs it. And then so I got a couple of those. Actually, the kid said, I got this. And as you can see, again, that's kind of how he normally signs. And then, well, thank you. I appreciate it. I've had these books for quite some time. I totally forgot that I had them. And I now need to see Ben Earl to get these things signed also. That's what I want to do, is get things completed. So I've had Ben sign things in the past, Taboo not sign them. And now in the case of this, vice versa. So I had Taboo sign these. And in the case of these books, like, I already had Ben sign it quite some time ago on launch, but I didn't get Taboo to sign it. Now, the interesting thing, if I recall, if this is correct, nope, that's not the one. I will show you something interesting down the road on some stuff. No, I was a Daredevil Echo. So this was that a major appearance of Echo in the book. And then like I stated, I did see David Mack. He was also at the signing event. So being that this also launched at the same time on 11/5, also had David sign this. And this, and this was a signing event because of the launch of Echo. Now, unfortunately, David missed this book, so I got to get him to sign this one. But Taboo did sign it, so you'll see Taboo signing right here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these books. And that really what that means is I had one that I bought from one shop. Khalees bought one, Kai bought one, and I bought one when we got 2. So yeah, like I said, now I just got to get Ben to sign this. Melissa Flores, also she's rather well known for now writing not only Biker Mice from Mars, which kind of came out just recently, but also in the past she was doing a lot of work with Power Ranger stuff. So yeah, it was cool to know that she ended up doing some stuff in here. Can't wait to have her sign it. It was really cool to see so much contribution in this to people in which that I know well because of my many signing events. But this is what I want to get at. Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I had Ben sign this quite some time ago when it came out. However, I didn't get to have Taboo sign it. Now I do have one with Taboo signing it. From an event that I went to, as I stated, about 2 years ago at We Can Be Heroes. But I also had, another, as you see, another copy. Now, what I find interesting about this and what you won't see on any other book is technically what's not known. And what this is this is a error book. And what I mean by that is you'll see Ben Earl's name on top and then Taboo's name on bottom. When they co-write things together, it's always Taboo first, then Ben second. Taboo really doesn't have an ego about this. This is something they agreed upon. So being that it was done like this as an error, they didn't recall it. They just said, F it, we'll just do it as such, which I found interesting. And then I had, as I said, I had Ben sign these quite some time ago, but I didn't have Taboo sign these things. So there's a first appearance, that Spirit, I can't even remember Spider thing. So I don't want to get too deep in that. Anyways, I wanted a lot of those things signed by Taboo. As you see, that was quite a lot of books that he signed for both or all 3 of my kids and myself. It was really an interesting event because I got to spend so much time. We went there rather kind of late, so we got to spend a good amount of time. We were cricketer, but now I thought you look crooked now. I look, yeah, I think I even it out. So I think we're okay now. Thank you. I appreciate you. That's Christmas. Again, it was cool to hang out with Taboo and David Mack at the end, being that we arrived a little bit late and purposely stayed late, talking to about 2 or 3 people in which that I've seen before, and purposely stayed in the back with them because they had a few books that they wanted to get signed, some posters and stuff. We really got to actually hang out until the closing of Golden Apple, lock the doors, and it was almost like a private event that it evolved into, which was really intimate and fun because the kids got to relax a little bit. We really, because it was a little, I guess, they were a little taken back by the situation, how I almost like in a lockdown situation they were in, being that it was no one else, it was just us. And it kind of tripped them out. They just kind of clammed up real quick. So I asked a couple cool little insight questions that I've always wanted to ask. They were a little personal. I want to. That stated, I had a lot of fun. Thanks to Ryan at Golden Apple and how they set up the event with the kids. It turned into a very memorable event more than anything else, and that's what I really get out of these signing events. Is when I can have experiences like that because they mean so much to me. The stories that I normally get to fill my own head with because of these stories at these side events mean so much to me that it just actually went to the next level of my kids there. Let's move on from that and talk about every year for the past 3 years. This was actually or 2 years. This was the third event at the Revenge of Comics and Pinball in Eagle. I guess that's considered Eagle Rock. It's such an amazing event put on by Patton Oswalt and Jordan Blum, along with the owner proprietor of Revenge of Comics and Pinball, Jeff. These people are just amazing at not only what they do as far as their ability to do their jobs, comedic, comic book writers, again, owners, proprietors of the Revenge of, but they're expanding upon. In case of Jeff, the owner of Revenge of Comics and Pinball, they end up taking over next door, and now they have the Revenge of Coffee. This thing is ever glowing, ever growing, ever growing, and ever flowing. Not only with the expansion of the ability to bring in us individuals, us community members, but finding success in something that is really difficult to find, and especially in today's day and age, because, in my opinion, the varied individuals that come in here and the shared opinions and beliefs and ideas and interests of all these individuals that come here is on such a level of just community, right? That it just works. So I want to again thank Jordan Blum, Patton Oswalt, Jeff of Revenge of Comics and Pinball, and in the case of this, the Revenge of Comics and Pinball Block Party. This was the third event that they done. It is growing. It is getting better. It is getting warmer. Is more communal. It's just awesome. The amount of people that ended up showing up there officially was over 90 people, as far as comics creators, contributors, editors, writers, just you name it, they were there. And as far as podcasters, Samuel Monster was there. There were so many individuals in which that do so much for the community and properly do it well, in the sense that they know how to promote various groups, ideas, and in the case of what Revenge of Comics is, a communal event, and it gathers people not for the profiteering of anything, but for the profiteering of what we all love and come together for, and what we like to share and have conversation with as far as these events. It really true holds dear the idea in which that Stan Lee first started the first Comic-Con event here in LA. It really encapsulates that idea of just bringing people together to just talk and enjoy comics on just a really pure form. So now that I'm long-winded, and I just want to state how much I was grateful to again be able to participate in the third annual event of this, but how grateful and appreciative I am to these events that allow me not only to speak about with you how awesome it is, but to give you and show you how this event runs to some regard. And the books in which that I got signed, and some of the shared interests and stories that I had when getting these books signed and waiting in line and talking to others and doing so. So to start off with this. This is something I wanted to get signed for quite some time, which was Blue Beetle in this variant, which is cover D by Josh Trio. Now, Josh is someone that I frequently see out there, because he lives locally, but every time I see him, I'm ill prepared. Now, that might sound funny to you that know me well, but I don't always have my shit together. And luckily, I have my daughter with me because she kept me honest a couple times, nearly losing my phone. Just all kinds of stupidity. So Josh is not only a warm and awesome dude, and he writes so well, but I finally got to track him down, have him at an event, and I got to kick back with him and just tell him, one, how much I appreciate his writing, and two, sign my stuff because I finally have it. I ended up having two of these books. He ended up signing this one. Now, I end up sometimes doing a pre-order, and I end up ordering more than one, but they don't always show up at the same time. So in the case of that, this was a circumstance, even though it's a really old book. I didn't actually get to show you where he signed. I'm sorry. Way down there. See how it kind of blends? And I wanted it along with, now here we go. This was signed by Bernard Chang on 2/19/25, Collector's Paradise. Erica Schultz on 7/27 at San Diego Comic-Con, and then by Josh on 11/8, which is when a lot of these books got signed at Revenge of Comics and Pinball. So you'll see Bernard here, Erica here. If you can kind of see that, it's this is what I mean by the lighting. I don't normally, and then Josh down there. Yeah, see, so it was cool to get that triple sign. I am a Blood Hunters fan. I like the whole series, and it was something that I've been now trying to collect multiple signatures on books now. So that's kind of my thing now. I did also get to see David Pepos. He doesn't live too far from me. He and I see each other frequently. At the event, it was asked that people do not get more than 5 books signed by any individual there, so that which everyone had an opportunity to see people and interact. So I knew I'd end up seeing Dave at some other place. I just wanted to have a few books signed, more so I can have the conversation. I was telling him a lot how much I've been enjoying the Space Ghost, and that he brought a character and a storyline that used to be laughable and is now not only respectable, but wow, a lot of times it does a father well to see someone kind of foster individuals and take them under his wing, even though he always continuously puts them in some peril situations. I'm just saying, it's pretty awesome work, Dave. And then I've been telling him how much I've been enjoying the work he's been doing on Speed Racer. Speed Racer is awesome. If you don't know it from the old cartoons, dating back also when this was some of the origins of the present day anime that we have. Well, thank you. Las Cruces. I've had a little tickle in the throat and it just doesn't want to go away. I had a couple of the variants. So I had Dave sign down there. You'll see his signature. Dave has a rather patent signature on how he signs. And yeah, this is the way they used to draw and shoot the original animation in this style. And it just, man, it brings back memories. So I've been enjoying the series that's been coming out. I can't get enough. Those are my 5 books that I got signed by Dave. I can't wait to not only see him to get more books signed, but yeah, as I stated before, he not only lives rather close, he does belong to the old Sketchy Bug group, which is part of a group that helps one another really just get founded, and he's done well. It's worked out well for him. This was a book I wanted to get signed for quite some time, and the cool thing was, I mean, it hasn't been out that long, but it's Jay Holtham, right? Yeah. But it's one of those books that a whole lot of people don't end up picking up. I'm a massive symbiote slut, so when it comes to anything Venomverse, Venomish, Edge of, whatever, I'm in. So this was first book ever signed by Jay Holtham, which was a contributor to this book. And if I am correct, right there, which is another one kind of hard to see. Again, it's because of my circumstantial because of my present circumstance of the computer, the lighting, everything. My lighting's actually doing a little bit better in some regard. It's the reflection off the screen. Okay, moving on from that. Jody Hauser, I end up seeing her quite often. Also, she normally charges, but this event exclusively states that nobody will charge at the event. So I end up getting just a couple of books signed by her, and this was books and books that I wanted to get signed by her for some time. I love this set. I really do. So Jody has her Blendy signature right there. She didn't want to, hurt the cover, and I appreciated that so much. Yeah, I got that correct. And then Patton Oswalt, as I made mention before, he was there, and there was just essentially one thing I wanted to get done as far as one run. There was other books I have of his, but his contribution to Money Shot is just awesome. He's having a lot of fun writing this with Seeley. That's patent signature right there. So that was issue number 1, which was diagnosed was missed, thrown out there as like a one shot. It was more of a setup. And here's issue number 1. I love this mod. I gotta get Seeley to sign that thing. That was a exclusive for issue number 1. Here's issue number 2, and he signed it way down there. And then 3, way down there. Yeah, just saying. And then I end up seeing someone on I would say on average about twice a year, which is wow. I'm filling up here. You know what I need to do is relocate. Okay, you go here, you go here. Yeah, we're making progress. All right, which is Cody Ziegler, and I really been digging his work. His work right now is also setting up some big stuff that's going to be happening around January and February. What I mean by that is all that you'll end up. I'll end up getting there. Just don't follow me. So here we are with issue number 39. Cody tends to end up like signing stuff to where he ends up blending in with stuff. He tends to like to not make a big deal of his signature. So I got a couple of those. Just saying. And then this is what I was talking about. The Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion, issue number 5. This is a big deal. All right, so there's a signature right there. And that's really going to heavily influence what's going to happen all next year as far as the 616, 616-0, all that. I end up getting a few of these signed, and I had him sign it right on the box to make it nice and bright. All of them. Just saying. These are going to end up being big books down the road. People will end up not only wanting them, but they'll be talking about them because of how they're going to be affecting the Marvel Universe next year. I also end up seeing Tony Fleeks. I really dig his work, and right now what I'm enjoying most from him is basically all the Feral stuff. I end up getting some 1-in-10s and like 125s that I've yet to get him to sign. So that was what I ended up having him sign for me. And it's always great to see Tony. He's a massive fan of just comics in general. And it's always great to see and talk to him. Unfortunately, as I said, I only got to get 5 books signed. So, I do what I can. So I had him sign all my 1-in-10s. And yeah, I dig Tony. He's such a cool person. And I think he's really enjoying the success of what's been happening with Feral. Those in which that read it, love it. And yeah, I agree. Thanks, Les Cruces. Yeah, I actually blocked out where Cody can sign. So I had him, and then this one, and that was it that I got signed from Tony. Really been enjoying Feral. If you're a fan of what he is writing on Stray Dogs, you would love Feral. So I highly recommend it. Then I end up seeing Kyle Higgins. So I end up having him sign this. I saw Jeff Johns at a Barnes and Noble, and that's where he ended up telling me probably about well, I got it written right here. Oh, it's 4/19/2025. So that's when he told me that Redcoat got signed. So yeah, I've known about this for a while. And what I mean by signed is that he was working on the production of it and that he was working on the movie itself. So yeah, I was really stoked for him. So I had Kyle sign these. It's always great to see Kyle. And I had him sign these. Kyle's such a nice guy, and his work that he's doing right now on my brain went away. It's right there, right? I had him sign it. This book, god damn it. Anyways, his whole universe is actually doing really well right now, so I'm really happy for him because that's pretty cool. Also, I end up seeing Scott Koblish. He's such an awesome guy. I've had him do some work for me. I really dig his art. He was really happy to see that people picked this book up. As I may have mentioned before, I'm a massive symbiote slut. He's got a cool signature, and yeah, I just end up hanging out and just rapping with him. He's a nice guy to just rap with. He likes talking comics. He recently just had a little one, and yeah, he was spending a lot of time with his new little one. He's pretty domesticated now. Just saying. And then I got to call in for work in a little bit. That's why I'm kind of rushing it. I got 6 minutes. And then I ended up seeing Scott Koblish. Now, I was standing in line to get in at this one point, and did I say Scott Koblish? Daniel Kibblesmith. Man, done with Scott right now. I ended up seeing Daniel Kibblesmith walk past me. He ended up wanting to go over to the Revenge of Coffee place to go ahead and get some coffee, and I think he was going to get himself like a banana nut. That's what I ended up getting, and we ended up having a nice conversation. He's such a warm and easy guy to talk to, real down to earth. And next thing you know, he went from, as he put it, grumpy to very mellow. And him, myself, my daughter and then another individual in front of his had a nice long conversation until we realized we've been standing there in the sun for over a half hour and starting to get sunburned. So we dispersed at that moment, and then I ended up seeing him quite, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 minutes later and had him sign some stuff. So he was very grateful that I ended up bringing to him this ash can. I said I've been loving his work. Also, this 1/100 of Howard the Duck, which I'm like, yeah. And then I ended up getting this also signed by him. And if I recall, oh, this ain't it. I thought I had another book that he signed though for me. That Sarzinski signed for me. Hopefully I'll find it. Oh, there it is. It's trying to hide on me. Now I just got to get Scotty Young to sign this one. So this was signed for me on 12/1/2023 by Sadarsky. And then I finally had Daniel sign it. So there's Chip's signature. And then there's Daniel's signature. And then I had him sign this, which I got to get Paul Miotti to sign this thing for me. And then there was supposed to be a signing event happening last Saturday, which I told the guys that I was going to miss because of work. And then they ended up canceling because of rain. They're going to end up doing this Wednesday. So what I'm getting at is Laszlo, David Lapham, Chris Anderson, Lee Luridge, and Shelly Gannon? I'm trying to remember. Shelly Bond are going to be, they rescheduled for this Wednesday. So I'll end up seeing them. They end up signing my ash can, which Laszlo freaked out. He's like, dude, where'd you get that? I'm like, well, we're at the place. He's like, that's my local place. I'm like, well, that's all right. I got it. He's like, yeah, I only brought a couple over there. I go, yeah, I got one. So I had him sign it, kind of freaked out. So I had Laszlo sign this. I had Chris, I had Laszlo sign this, Chris Anderson sign this, Lee Luridge sign this, and then Shelly Bond sign this. And then I'm going to go see him again this Wednesday and get the actual real version signed. So, and then I had Lee Luridge sign. I hate this place. He has a very small signature, so you can miss it very easily if you don't look. And then, or if I don't point it out, I guess, right? I guess. And then that. And then, like I said, I'm going to end up seeing this Wednesday, so I'm going to have him sign more. Also, I really like his work he did on The Mummy. Mummy's freaking awesome. Can't get enough of it. So that's a signature right there. And then Scarlet, right down there. So, and he's such a modest and mellow guy. It's kind of interesting because he's been working for so many years, but he's never got that major hit. You know what I mean? It's odd. All right, and then last, this was the first for me. I've never met John Bogdanovi, and this was my first time. So I want to make the most of it, and I end up getting this signed, which I really like his signature. It's really nice and clean. So he signed that for me. These are really clean copies of books too. I mean, none of these have been read. In there, and this one, this one, and this one. And yeah, that was like 72 books, I think. No, yeah. And the conversation and memories will last a lifetime, I believe. I hope. Cool thing was I got to spend a lot of time with my daughter. I got to spend time with my son and my daughter with Taboo. Beyond just getting things signed, it was so cool, and I'm really looking forward to next year's event. Not just for the obvious I had things signed, but knowing that this thing is growing and the way it's growing is so awesome, and it just fills my heart knowing that the grassroots of the idea of these cons are being held for the right reasons. You know what I mean? It isn't just a capitalistic monetary thing. And what's that these people got together at this block party is we were truly just partying. There were at least 5 different panels going on, discussions, and just so many different things going on at the same time. It is, I know it sounds obvious, but there is times when there was just pinball going on. There was so much board games going on. It is just a free for all and a festival all wrapped into one. I can't get enough, and I can't say enough. But yeah, I can't wait until next year. For those of you that cruise on through, I appreciate you greatly. Las Cruces, you hung out with me the whole time seemingly, and thank you very much. I know you had places to go, things to do, and yeah, you're awesome. So hey, for those of you who cruise in on Rewind, I appreciate you. And if there was something that you like or something that you might want to see again, cruise on through, and you might want to consider that subscribe. And that's it for me, Entry. You stay well. Bye.